So yeah, so just have your ball kind of nearby. While we give ourselves a check over. So just, give everything a little bit of a shake out, shake everything into place. And, think of it as building blocks. So the feet being your firm foundation. And then knees, we want the knees to be soft but stable. I know that's maybe a bit of a contradiction in terms, but, we want the strength to be from the muscles around the knees rather than locking the knees out. So then pelvis sitting on top of thigh bones, knees, ankles. And then ribs sitting on top or above the pelvis there. Shoulders relaxed and head right on top of that spine. Okay, so just begin with the shoulders, breathing in. Letting them slide up. So just gently, the breathing is probably as important as moving the shoulders. So just use the breathing and the movement of the shoulders to kind of relax that upper spine. Most of us, including myself, carry a lot of tension in our shoulders. So just trying to let that tension go. And the last one. So then just take the arms up as you breathe in and down as you breathe out. So breathe in, exhale. So trying to make sure that we keep the rest of the spine lengthened, standing as tall as we can while we're moving the arms. So next time the arms come up, you're going to turn it into a circle instead. So coming up as you breathe in, and then exhaling to circle. Okay, so one more. And just relax the shoulders. So then, just stand there where you are, let the arms hang loosely, nod the head, and as you exhale, curling over. So trying to get that grounding at the lower back as you curl over. Breathing in at the bottom, and then start by trying to draw the tailbone down and draw the belly button up. So leaving that head nodded until you uncurl, shoulders, and then head last of all. So two more. Rolling down. Breathing in at the bottom there, and then exhaling to return, and one more. Breathing in, and again, try and draw the tailbone downwards to feel that pelvis kind of tilts back into place, and then the rest of the spine follows. Okay, so then if we pick up the ball, we're just going, first of all, just let your arm be completely relaxed, and it's just, it's just resting on the ball. Okay, you're going to take one arm up, you're going to breathe in, side bend over there, and exhale back. So just letting the ball sort of roll down your side. So completely relaxed arm. And the fingertips are kind of reaching more up to the ceiling than over to the wall. So think more of an upward reach. One last one, then we'll swap sides. And then swap around. And just the same on the outside, breathing in, reaching away, exhaling back. Thinking of it mostly as trying to reach up rather than reaching over. And last one. Take the ball back to the other side. So this time it's going to be a little bit higher up. So you've got the rounded bit at the top of your pelvis, and you want the ball to be on the sort of harder, bony part of your pelvis there. The elbow is a little bit bent, hand is relaxed, and just loose fingers. Okay, so we're going to try to keep that shoulder relaxed. You're just going to press the ball against your side and release. So exhale to press, breathe in to release. So there's a tiny little movement at my arm. It's barely visible, and all the work is happening around the shoulder blade there. So you're trying to keep that openness across the collarbones while you press. So another bit of balance. We're going to take that leg over, the weight over onto that leg. Okay, and we're going to try and bring the knee up as we press the ball. So squeeze and lift. Breathing in to come down. Okay, so the alternative, if the balance isn't too good on this side or isn't good this morning, because it changes from time to time, you can just slide your toe out and back. Still balancing, but you've got the security of your toe being much nearer the floor if you need it. Okay, so either option is good. So pressing. Okay, so keeping the shoulder as relaxed as you can. So 2 more. So you'll notice that you're having to use the foot as well, so you're kind of using the toes to help you hold on there, help you balance. So swap sides. Okay, so on that harder, bonier bit of the hip joint there, of the pelvis, sorry, not the hip joint. Okay, relaxed arm and loose fingers. So pressing and releasing. Squeeze and release. You're working all those small muscles. There's lots of small muscles around the shoulder, but all together, they do a very important job for your shoulder. So you're working the muscles around your shoulder blade, but also down the side there into the lats. So then take the weight over, and as you press the ball and exhale, so using that exhale to kind of help you do the hard work, if you like. So lifting the knee if you can. Or again, you could be just sliding that toe out and back. Okay, and 3 more. And 2. And last one. So last thing with ball, while we're here, you're going to put it above the ankles, just to keep those ankles, to give you something to kind of help you guide those ankles in line with each other. Press down with the arms as you exhale. Let the heels lift. And breathe in to come down. So you're pressing down with the arms and you're pressing up through the backs of the legs. So 3 more. And 2. And last one. Okay, so you can take the ball, put it to the side, and let's stand with your mat behind you. So standing with the mat behind you, you're going to take a good stride back. So that you've got one knee down and one out in front. Whichever knee is in front, that's the one you're going to rotate towards. So arms out in front, breathing in as you open up towards that knee. Exhaling back. Breathing in. Exhaling back. And one more. Walk around. So you're going the other way this time, still towards the knee that's in front of you. Exhaling back. 2. And last one. Okay, so down to all fours. Okay, and just adjust that camera. So if you can have the ball nearby as well. So first of all, you can have the ball, you're going to straighten one leg. If you tuck the ball behind your knee, when you bend your knee rather, it should stay there, without you having to squeeze it, hopefully, even though it's a little bit softer. Okay. So starting from our box position there, and we're just going to push that leg up and back. So what we're looking out for here is what's happening with that lower back as the leg moves. So we need to use the front of the body to support the back of the body. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're not sort of sinking down. You can see from there. We don't want to sink down. We want to keep everything lengthened. So next time when that knee comes down, you're going to take the leg out to the side and then up. So you're just alternating. Out to the side, pushing up, out to the side. And one more, and then we'll swap legs. Okay, so take the ball, tuck it behind the knee. Okay, and we start off just doing that kick first of all. So you're pushing up, kicking up. But trying to make sure that the pelvis isn't tilting. And also that you're not dipping, arching that lower back. Okay. So then next time, you're going to take the knee out to the side and then up. Out to the side and then up. to the side and then up. And last two. And the last one. Okay, so you can put that ball to the side, sit back, and give the wrists a bit of a shake out. Get circulation back into the wrists. And then breathe in through the nose, open up the ribs there. Okay, so if you come down onto your front, and so remember, if you feel when you lie down on your front that you a little bit of tension across the lower back, then a little cushion, a thin cushion, or a folded up towel or something across the pelvis. This helps to open and lengthen the lower back. So we're going to do legs only. So if we just have the hands on one on top of the other, you can rest your head there, and we'll do the legs only. So belly button draws away from the mat. We're going to extend one leg. So try and feel that you're just stretching that leg along the floor, and then releasing. So exhale, stretch the leg along the floor. Breathe in to release. So you can see a little bit of space, a little bit of air under my leg, but very little. So I'm not taking the leg up. I'm trying to reach behind us. And stretching away and returning. And last one there. Okay, so if you come up to the head end of the body, take the hands away from your forehead and bring those elbows a little bit down alongside the body there, maybe a little bit below the shoulders, but a comfortable position for your shoulders. So it's your shoulders that we're trying to get to make comfortable there. So again, belly button draws away from the mat. Gently slide the shoulders away. Think of our warm up when we take the shoulders up a little bit and then we slide them away. So the same sort of movement here. Slide the shoulders away. So head just hovering above the mat there. And as you exhale, you're just going to hover the arms. Breathe in to hold and exhale down. So be aware of that lower back. So your belly button draws away from the mat. That's going to help support the lower back. Hover the arms and return. So it really is a hover. There might be just space even for a sheet of paper. It could be as little as that. And we're not looking to take them up as high as your shoulders. That's not the aim. And we're sliding the shoulder blades towards each other and down towards your waist as well. So one more, and then leave the arms on the floor this time. So then we're going to do just a little bit of upper spine extension, because we're going to do it in two different positions. We're going to do it lying on our front, and we're going to do it over the ball as well. But if we do it lying on our fronts first of all, okay, so you're going to, again, just gently slide those shoulders away from the ears. You're going to exhale. You're going to try and extend that upper spine forward, breathing in to hold, and exhaling down. So the watch point, sort of warning light here, as you begin to kind of stretch forward, if you come up too high, it's going to go straight into that lower back. So let that be your kind of guiding signal or warning light. Start to reach forward. If you feel that beginning to irritate, aggravate the lower back, then just stop and come down. And then just try, even if it's just a very small movement that you're making, It's just beginning to kind of train or re-educate the muscles on your back, around your spine there. So 2 more. And last one. Okay, so if we push up to all fours, and we're just going to keep our spine in neutral there and let the hips, focus on the hips folding and the knees folding so that you slide back, again, without there being any change in that lower back. Okay, so we come forward and we slide back. Focusing on the hip joints. So the last one here. Okay. So if we take, so you've got one hand at the edge of the mat, you're going to take the other hand into the middle. Okay. So yeah, so one hand's at the edge, to the other hand in the middle. So that brings your weight over onto one knee. Okay, and then you're going to cross the ankles over. So you've got the weight on the lower leg and you've got the ankle on top there. So you can open that knee out to the side. Okay, so whichever leg is on top, you're going to open that knee out to the side. Exhaling to open. So this is our clam exercise, but just doing it on all fours instead. So think of the knee sort of sliding across the mat. And then opening out 3, 2, and then lifting that whole leg. So ankles are no longer touching. 2 there, last 2, and last one. So we just switch everything over to the other side. Okay. So you've taken the weight over onto the other knee, and you've got the other leg on top. And again, opening the knee out to the side. Let's turn around and see if that's a better view there. Yes, opening, there we go, that's better. Opening that knee out to the side. And then whole leg. But try to make sure that the pelvis, that you're not sort of the whole body twisting over. So trying to keep the pelvis level as level as possible while that leg opens out to side. And last 2 and last one. Okay, and now stretch back. Okay, and then come down onto your side and take the ball first of all. Take the ball with you. You're going to lie over the ball. So the ball is going to go sort of in between ribs and pelvis. Okay. So lying over the ball, legs together, and let them swing forward a little bit there. Okay. Take this arm over. First of all, just hold top arm with the hand underneath there. And have a bit of a stretch. So gently give the arm a gentle pull. Breathing in. Feel that stretch over the top, along the top side of your body. Okay, so then we can let go, and as you exhale, you're going to come up. You're going to breathe in to come down. So the top leg, we can extend it away as well, or you just keep them together. It depends on the balance, really. If you're finding the balance okay, then you can extend the top leg away. If you're finding the balance challenging, then maybe keep the legs together. So 2 more. And then last one. Okay, so then you can put the ball to the side and just lie down in our more normal position. And we'll just go for our straight line. We're going to do our side balance. Okay, so top leg lengthens away. So you're trying to stretch this top side, which will then mean that the low side stretches as well. Okay, so top leg first, then the lower leg. Find your balance, first of all, just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Using fingertips if you need to, even just one fingertip sometimes can be enough. Okay. So then if we just try and move that top leg forward and back. So lower leg stays still, and it's going to be small movement. If I see people sort of doing huge swings of the legs, I know there's something else going on. So just focusing on, really it's keeping the rest of the body balanced. We're moving the leg as a little bit of a distraction there. So then bring those legs back in line with each other. Take the arm up and fold it forward and back. Folding, and then the next time the arm comes down, let everything come down and let everything stretch out there. Okay, so then bend the knees, bring them forward. So shins are parallel to the front edge of your mat there, and right angles at hips and knees. Gently sort of push top side away. So think again of sort of straightening out the spine there. Leg comes up to hip height, and we're just going to push behind us. So same thing we did on all fours with the ball tucked behind our leg there. Same exercise. Which is different balance to think about here. So this time we're trying to make sure that we don't sort of push the ribs forward or round the spine. So upper body staying stable. And 3 more. 2. And last one. And again, give that a stretch. So we'll just swap around to the other side. So starting off, lying over your ball. With both legs forward, and take the arm over and give yourself a little bit of a side stretch there. Okay. So then on your next time you exhale, you're going to come up and you're going to breathe in to come down. So exhaling as you come up, that helps you to switch on the muscles more easily. So it's a kind of protective breath as we exhale. So we're shortening the obliques as we come up, but then we're slowly lengthening them as we come down. So we're using them in both directions. It's because we're holding ourselves, stopping ourselves from just collapsing straight down. That means that the muscles work in both directions. So you can extend the top leg as well, but again, it depends on the balance. Okay, and 3, 2, and the last one. Okay, so take the ball, put it to the side, and come back down. Our more irregular side lying position. And stretching that top leg away, and then really all you're looking to do is just straighten the lower leg. So you don't really want to feel as if you're lifting that lower leg up, just straightening along the mat, and it's the top leg that's really doing most of the work for you. And finding that balanced position, using fingertips if you need to, and then moving one leg forward and back. So just quite a small, well, the size of the range of movement is determined by your balance. Okay, and then bring those legs back in line. Take the arm up with the palm facing forward and folding and returning. And then just let the arm come forward to the floor and let everything relax there. Okay, so then bend both knees so that your shins are parallel to the front of the mat there. And we're going to take that leg up to hip height and just push back. So keeping that right angle shape at the knee. So again, we're using the glutes and the hamstrings. But it's maybe a little bit easier to keep control or keep stability through the spine in this position. So that you can extend that hip as you push back. So 3 more. 2. And last one. Okay. So then you can round onto your back and actually you're going to take the ball. So first of all, Take the ball, you're going to put it, if you think sort of brass strap level there, just the base of the shoulder blades, and you're going to sit back or lie back on the ball. So keeping the head up. So that's a suggested position for where to start with the ball. You might find it a little bit better higher up, probably not so much lower down, but you know, experiment a little bit. So we're trying to keep the neutral spine, so we don't want to be sinking into the floor, and we don't want to be pushing the belly upwards. So if you put one hand on the tummy and one hand behind the head, it's a good starting place, I think. And this hand, this is going to be your warning light. So if you feel that you're pushing into your hand, then you're overdoing the extension there. So you're going to breathe in, and we start to let ourselves relax over that ball. Start small, and then as you exhale, you come back up. You're trying to kind of mold your spine over the ball. Letting gravity help you. Breathing in and exhaling back. So if you're quite tight in your upper spine, then you might feel that you really can't go very far before you want to push away. So really do listen to your own body when you're doing this one. If you are, if you've got a lot more flexibility in the upper spine, you might, your head might go to the floor, but that is definitely not the aim. We're not aiming for your head to touch the floor. The aim is that we get some movement into the upper spine. But as with all Pilates exercises, it's quite small, it's quite precise, and it's with control as well. So we are allowing ourselves to extend over. We're in control. So last one. So just come back up and then roll to your side and just put the ball away, and then come back down onto your backs. Okay. Excuse me. So back to our usual starting position there. So we've got feet in parallel, all our usual checkpoints. Want the heels to be sort of in line with the bony bits of the bottom there, and the knees in line with the pelvis. So if we come up to the head, first of all, a little tilt or nod of the head, just so you can feel the back of your neck, gently lengthening. Okay, so then let the head be in its natural place, natural position. And then the shoulder blades, you're going to gently press the shoulder blades into the mat and release. So exhale to press. Breathing in, release. So it's quite small, but you might feel a bit of a stretch across the collarbones. Last one. Okay. So we take the arms up, palms facing each other. So just like when we were standing up at the beginning, we were lifting those arms. So we're letting those arms begin to move overhead, and then exhaling to return. So breathing in, let the arms go overhead, exhaling back. Making sure that the rib cage doesn't flare up. And then the next time that those arms are vertical, keep them there. If we take one leg up to tabletop, and then if we can carefully bring that second leg up. So we want to feel that we could really happily keep the legs up for quite a long time without really feeling that you're gripping on hard. So if you feel that you're having to grip, it might be best to take one leg down. If it feels comfortable with both legs up, fine. Keep going. We're going to circle those arms. So start circling quite small, side plate size. Normal breathing. Gradually making the circles a little bit bigger. More of the shoulders more of the parts of the shoulders begin to join in. And then take the arms back to the beginning and circle in the other direction. Then gradually the circles are getting bigger again. And then bring them back down. Take the arms down first, and then take the legs down one after the other. So by the end of that, you might begin to feel that you can feel those muscles tiring a little bit from holding the legs up. Okay. So if we take the hands behind the head, interlink the fingers, base of the skull there. Nod the head, but don't start to exhale until you begin to curl. And breathe in to return. So picking up the head, picking up the hands away from the mat, and then exhaling to curl and breathe in to return. So then if we curl up and take one knee up, and then take the other knee up too. Take the hands away and take one knee in towards you. If you prefer to take the head down at this point, then just do that. But single leg stretch. We want to try and keep shoulders and neck as relaxed as possible. So you know your own necks and shoulders better than I do. So if they feel tense, you just take the head down and you can carry on. So this way we get a two-way stretch at the hip joints. 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one. And then everything comes back down. Okay. So we're going to leave the arms on the floor. We're going to take those legs back up. To tabletop, we're going to do our toe taps. So knees stay at that 90-degree angle shape, and we move from the hip joints. So okay, so letting that whole leg, so it's a very gentle tap of the floor, so you're controlling that leg. So we don't want it to just bang down to the floor. It's going with control, just making contact and then returning. And then if we just speed that up. So you're maybe exhaling for 2 taps of the floor and then breathing in for 2 taps of the 3, 2, and last one. So as soon as you begin to move both legs at the same time, much more weight control, much more stability to manage, or instability to manage maybe. Okay. So if we take the ball and you're just going to roll it out and put back of your ankle kind of on the ball. Okay, so leg is fairly straight, back of your ankle on the ball, and the other leg is going to be in tabletop. You're going to gently press down on the ball, which is going to help with instability and also help you to get the pelvis muscles, core muscles working to stabilize. Other leg, we're going to circle. Okay, so probably you're going to be doing smaller circles than usual because it's much more wobbly than usual. So about 5 circles in each direction. So try not to use the arms to help with your balance. Okay, so one more circle there. Oops. And then swap around. Back of your ankle there on the ball, pressing down, and the other leg up and tabletop. Okay, so circling about 5 each way. So focus on keeping that pelvis balanced and make those circles small enough that you can balance. And then the other way. Okay. And back. So amazing how much difference just a little bit of instability makes. So if you have both feet on the ball, and we're going to do our 100, just our regular 100, but you're going to press the feet into the ball, not so much, don't press so hard that you lift your bottom off the floor, just a little bit of pressure so that you can feel back of the legs there, switching on and working. You can leave your head on the mat, or you can nod the head, slide up into that curl up with those arms extended. Okay, so breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keeping that bit of pressure on the ball, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping those knees in line as well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and halfway, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back. So you can put the ball away, hug the knees in. And just the hands on the kneecaps, stirring them in opposite directions. And then changing direction as well. Okay, so feet back to the floor, any cushioning away from the head there. So breathing in to prepare and then exhaling. So this is really, true imprint this time. So you're as if you're trying to imprint each knobbly bit of your spine into the mat on the way up. So you're leaving little indentations, breathing in at the top, and then as you come down, you're trying to land or return each bit of your spine into its little indentation, all the way back down to the floor. Breathe in. And slowly Exhaling as you return. Okay, so if we come up and hold that bridge position, let's take the knee up to tabletop. We're going to leave it there, keep it there, I should say, and then we're going to slowly come back down out of our bridge. We're going to breathe in, and you're going to slowly peel that spine off the mat again, and then you're going to swap the legs around. Take the other leg up. So you're imprinting that spine as you come down, you're breathing in, and you're imprinting that spine as you come up, and then you're going to take that leg down again and slowly return. So this is our very last thing with the ball, just to try. You're going to put both feet on the ball. So again, as soon as you make this the surface unstable, it makes everything harder. So try and have the ball as close to your bottom as you can. If it's way out here, it's going to be really hard on the hamstrings. Close in as possible. So you try and do your shoulder bridge just as normal. Okay, so both feet pressing down on the ball. And you come up into that bridge. You breathe in to hold. And you slowly come back down. So give it a try. Maybe 2 or maybe 1 is enough. Okay, so it does make the hamstrings work harder. And come down and stay down. Put the ball away. Give the legs a stretch. And then just roll to your sides. And then come up to sitting. And we'll stretch and finish. So, crossing one leg over. And then switching around. Then we'll come back up into standing and we'll do our other stretch standing up. So tuck the toes under and onto the balls of the feet and then come up to standing. If you need to put your hand or even a fingertip on the wall for balance, and just make sure you're in a safe place. So quite a big stride. So if that makes you feel unsteady, then put your hand on the wall. Okay, so as big a stride as you can. The back heel comes up, and then you let the knee bend, both knees bend, and then up you come. And we come down, breathing in, exhaling to push up. And last one. So then swap around. So if you don't have a big stride, it's really hard to bend the knees. So as big a stride as you can. And then coming down and exhaling up. And 2. And 3. And back up, shake the legs out. And then finishing off our usual way. So you're rounding everything and then you're extending everything. So rounding. So you want the hips to come forward, but by sending the tailbone down rather than pushing the belly forward. So last one. And shake everything out. And we're done.